Oh, God. Oh, not this one. Why y'all choose?
Hawk 'em down.
So Hawk 'em down records. Get 'em. Tackle. Touchdown. Let's get it.
The Chi is the longest-running Black drama in premium cable and streaming history.
Join us as we take a look back at the highs,
The lows, the laughter, and the tears.
while we reminisce on our time in the Chi.
This is season 1.
Season 1 of The Chi started off with the death of a young man named Jason.
And this event creates a domino effect that impacts everyone in the community.
We meet Brandon, an upcoming chef, and his younger brother, Coogie, who ends up being killed by Ronnie, a struggling vet and stepfather to Jason.
The theme of violence and retaliation happens a lot in the Chi.
But it's also about growing up and transitioning into adulthood.
Speaking of adulthood,
The first scene we have between the characters of Emmett and Keisha involved them sneaking around in his bed.
But that's quickly interrupted by his mother, Jada.
Oh, Tiffany. We had immediate chemistry day one. And even through the awkwardness and the anxiety, we just clicked.
Do you remember what the audition process was like?
yeah, there were like 4 Emmets in the room. And there were like 3 Jadas,
Wow.
including Yolanda. I read with all of them, and I remember reading with Yolanda. I was like, I don't know if we're gonna work together, but I'm like, that was fire.
That's my job, our job. What'd I say?
What?
Huh?
You said not to do it.
If all you gonna do is get high up in here, the least you could do is start paying your mother some rent.
I told you I'm working this Friday. Why you always on me?
Oh my gosh. Did you ask for more hours?
Yes.
Now check the weight. Check the weight. Put it all down on it. What's your name, girl?
Who you talking to?
What's your name, girl?
Keisha.
No.
You like bacon, Keisha?
Yeah?
Shut up.
Too bad, because the sausage was on sale. So that's what we having. Look at this. There was one take, they hit him dead in the face. Help the young lady up. That was the first scene I shot for The Chi. People love that scene.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not think at the time it would be so memorable, but it's a staple.
Yeah.
It's a staple.
Because it got played back again.
Yeah.
I think what season?
with-
Damien and Carucci under the
Yeah,
bed.
it's very cute.
Yeah.
Ladies' man Emmett is a carefree sneakerhead.
But we soon find out he has a couple of kids, and he's not doing a great job of showing support.
Oh my God. I remember them babies was crying a lot. They cried during every scene. This is perfect timing.
Little Dylan. That was actually really nerve-wracking because Dylan and Dalen loved their father, and as soon as they would get in my hands, just straight tears. I'm trying to memorize my lines, but he's here, like, I'm like, am I doing well? Like, you know, because you got the pilot, but you're like, I could lose this.
Really? I'm stuck on these pants. I can't even focus.
Girl, I'm stuck on the wig, to be honest with you. The hair.
It's cute. Isn't that just a character?
No, I think it is. It's so cute, but it's like she just came out and she got all this stuff on. She got on this crazy jacket, these crazy pants, her hair.
Well, y'all were crazy.
Yeah,
Y'all
we
were some
were.
crazy kids.
Yeah.
Because you named him after me, don't make him mine. Let me get these in a size 9.
Emmett.
Yeah, you did. You also through the south side of Chicago.
Whoa.
'Cause that was the easiest part of the scene, smacking.
Did you really smack him?
No.
Oh.
No, we had a stunt coordinator.
She ain't got no money.
Well, I'd have some if you pay child support.
He ain't my son.
Talking about he looked just like you.
That was my first scene with Hannah, and she's from Chicago. She got that energy, and she was just giving it to me and brought the best out of me, and I'm really thankful for that real Chicago energy. That scene tells us that Emmett is just a kid, and he's not living with any accountability or responsibility. He just feels like he can just kind of do his thing and not really check up on things. Like, yeah, you actually need to go see if this is your child or not, because she's serious. And you know, you're living with your mom and life is passing you by, you're a grown man now. Just to see that scene and where Emmett is today is, it shows a lot of growth, because some just never grow out of that moment and they stay there forever.
Season 1 introduced us to Kevin, who unfortunately has to grow up too soon when he witnesses Ronnie shooting Coogie, as well as his friends Jake and Papa.
They are 3 young boys coming of age in the south side of Chicago. Let's take a look at one of their first scenes from episode 1.
Oh, look at the baby.
I know this scene.
Okay, do it now then. She was friends.
Oh, look, it's so little. His little head.
Them baby voices.
Look, he got little bitty eyes. It's so cute.
Dang, it feels so crazy just rewatching this, man. It felt like yesterday. I remember it, everything.
Hey, I know Andre your girl and all, but to be honest, I think she actually starting to feel me, bro. Sit your fat ass down.
This is all improv right there, too.
That part?
That was all improv.
Crazy.
You see, it was so nostalgic.
It was, because that bright yellow lunchroom. You know,
yeah, I see
boy,
what you're
that
saying.
school.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, for
Listen,
sure, for
that
sure.
bring back memories.
Hey, Kevin.
Oh, God. Oh, not this one. Why y'all choose? Ah!
Hawk him down.
So you hawk 'em down records. Get him, tackle, touchdown. Let's get it. The Bears.
Maisha, please. Listen. I want to apologize for today.
Jesus.
Christian of me.
Was it Christian?
The way I talked down.
Right?
I see it now. You got them eyes.
Huh?
My hair?
Talk about
Did
jeans.
it. She said my hair's like silk. Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, Jesus. Take me off. No! Okay, let me tell you 2 things. The first time when I was doing this, I did a front flip. I'm running. Like, I'm do-do-do-do-do. I hit something on the ground, flip forward, G. They was like, that's how I knew I was made for this for real, because they was like, are you okay? Clean.
No scratches.
I'm talking about that, a whole little front flip. My mom was scared, everything. Second thing, I was not looking at man's face 14 times, because you know they do the takes over and over. Well, I don't know his name. I don't know where his face been. Who is this man? So I had to like fake it for the wide shots, and they knew I was faking it because they got to like the close up. They was like, Jennifer, you gonna have
You
to
gotta
look
lick it for real.
Ah!
I was gonna say,
Jesus!
I was finna ask you that because if you pay attention, it's like I see your face like scrunch up a little bit.
Because I'm trying not to throw up on him, which is what could have happened. I'm sorry, Alex. I'm sorry, everybody. That was not me. I didn't do it. I can't do it.
So the ones that think acting is easy, it's not.
You have to do that first date.
You go
After
through
that,
obstacles.
I was like, what's your name again?
First day meeting a man, you gotta lick his face.
That's my first job, bro. I did not know.
Kevin's friend Jake is being raised by an older brother named Reg, who runs a trap house for the 63rd Street mob. So his home life is not ideal. In this scene, Reg demands Jake return his gun.
There he is.
What's up? You gotta get to school and be late.
Oh!
I remember it like it was yesterday. The first time I ever met my boy Mike, Big Mike now.
It was my first day meeting him too. That was my first day meeting him. He had to yoke me up.
Before we started filming, he walked up to me, "What's up, big bro?" And that just made me, feel like just more open and comfortable around him.
Yeah, it was fun that day. It was real fun that day.
Oh, I love Barton.
Yeah, Bart.
He
Yeah, shout out to
definitely.
Big Bro, Bart.
What?
Hey, how you out there chasing that young Atlanta looking like that?
I'm lying.
No, you ain't.
Yeah, he talked to his little brother.
Cut him up. I remember this scene.
Wrong what? 5 this year? But you still smart, right?
Yeah, hell no.
That's right, you a man.
You think you can go in my room and take my...
You think you can go in my room and take my
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about now?
All right, Ray, please, come on!
I definitely always wanted to make sure that I'm not like overdoing it. We have stunt coordinators who are there, of course, to help out with that. But even still, me myself, I know how I can go full-fledged in certain scenes and this and that.
Right.
So when I grab you, I want to make sure I don't, But he was always such a mature young man, you know what I mean, and just so confident and just open to everything. So he was like, "No, do what you need to do to make it right," and you know what I mean. I'll let you know, of course. I'm not scared to let you know, hey, you're doing too much, you know what I mean. But it was none of that. It was cool.
I've never experienced a loved one talk to me like that or do those things or try to get their point across in such an aggressive way. But coming from where we come from, I do know a lot of people who've had homes like that, and I've seen things, and I kind of had to relive those moments and channel that then in that moment, because that is very sad to see somebody like an older brother, mom, or sister treating whoever it is, a younger adolescent like that.
I feel like that was our screen audition tape to let the producers, the writers really see how far we can really go with these two characters, because we were both in the pilot, me and Mikey. At that time, they were not brothers, you know. But I had that moment with Steven Williams when, you know, we had this standoff, and I'm like, man, roll up on up out of here, old man. And, you know, Steven Williams is a cold-blooded, vicious actor. He's amazing, you know. So what he did with Q, once they saw that, that's when it was just like, this presence is needed. You know what I mean? He's popping, you know. So how do we figure out a way to incorporate him in the fold? Well, you know, there is that one friend out of the three bunch who's kind of more edgy. Wouldn't it make more sense for him to be the younger brother of that guy? And then you just, boom, Reg and Jake. So I feel like that was the same for them to just test it. Let's just see how this gonna look. And we smoked it.
Fatherhood is also explored in The Chi. And in Emmett's case, it's about being young and taking on the responsibility. Hustling and pursuing a better life becomes the objective, and Emmett has an idea around sneakers in episode 6. Big dog.
Bezod.
Bezod.
I would have loved to do a one-one scene with him season 8.
Yeah.
That'd have been fire. Just to go back to the Marcus tour or something.
Is this where I think it is?
Shout out to Nick, a crew member of ours.
A set deck.
A set deck. That was all of his sneakers he brought to the workplace.
Nikki,
we love you, man.
So why is he selling?
He's not. I am.
Can I ask why?
Because he his sister.
Oh.
She was mad at him.
Sorry. Just having a day. A little too much Pinot Grigio for lunch.
Completely understand.
Look, Emmett flirting, trying to see what's happening.
He doesn't deserve you.
What
you want for him?
I think we started to see who Emmett is, of like, all right, this is how I want to make money.
Don't even start with me. I won't take a penny less than 5.
4,500. That's our final offer.
You trying to screw me?
No, ma'am.
Then 5,000. And I will make you lunch.
I don't want to do the typical street selling drugs, killing, anything like that. I want to do what I love. I love sneakers. I want to explore sneakers. I love the buy and sell of sneakers. And I think even for myself, it kind of leaned me more into it because I really wasn't that much into sneakers. I remember like when the first season came out, the first thing people would do was look down. And I was like, yo, I gotta have on some fly sneakers when people see me. Cause now this is becoming a thing.
It is a thing in Chicago, sneakers, yeah.
And I didn't really know how relatable it was. I was like, no, I do that. Like I sell sneakers, I clean them up. I'm like, okay. It was so dope just to see Emmett in this character and who he's becoming. And he's a sneakerhead. He loves shoes. That's how he wants to make money.
But also a businessman.
A businessman, yep.
He was definitely a businessman from get.
Yep.
I always, watching him, I'd always say, at first you're thinking, you know, he's just a lover boy.
Yep.
And then you realize he has this hustler mentality of, you know, he knows how to earn.
Yeah.
He just has to learn how to provide.
Absolutely.
And get to that part, which was really cool.
So dope.
Yeah, watching that go.
After Emmett's sneaker hustle doesn't work out, he still has a new gig at Sonny's Chicken Pit. But he becomes friendly with Q, his boss's brother, a successful man with ties to the streets.
Emmett, do you know what I do?
Well, I got an idea.
My stomach was rolling after this scene.
You hustle. No, Emmett.
He's so good.
I don't hustle.
I run.
Woo!
Eat!
In fact, I used to run all of this around here.
Deep Waters, young man.
Yes.
What was in Deep Waters.
Steven Williams, legend, played Q. Just like walks on set and just demands the camera, the character, the space. And it just, you know, was a learning opportunity for me to just see like how to take over a scene, how to not just read the script, but bring it to life. Just an incredible guy. And he say cut, he just get out of that and just start yelling and going crazy. And he's just super funny. And he's like, yeah, we did that. All right. Like right where we're eating the hot dogs and stuff. And he's like, You killed that? And I was like, you know, so it was just super dope.
I want you to take this and give it to him.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
I remember being worried for you. I'm like, man, why are you doing this?
So much dangerous stuff happened at the barbershop.
King.
He's like, man, I sell chicken, dog. I sell chicken and sneakers, man. I don't know what you want, man.
Man.
Classic scene. I think what we learned about Emmett is he has choices to make, like big choices and these different avenues of like how he wants to be successful in life. You can definitely go get the quick money and do the things, but for the character's sake, I started to think about, it wasn't in the script, but I'm like, think about your kids in this moment. Think about Tiff. And I was like, is this the life I want to live? Is this the life I want to pursue and show? Yeah, in that moment, you really see that Emmett is a good kid. He wants to do this thing the right way. I'm sure he's seen that so many times of just like, oh no, I've seen what happens in these types of situations where you walk into a barbershop and throw money on a guy who's a gangster, a killer, who's getting his hair cut. And I could drop right now. You know, I don't have any protection on me. Like, I'm not ready for this moment. And I think he starts to realize like, yeah, this isn't the life for me, but I'm not gonna be this guy.
Custody with Emmett's son remains up in the air, and it's weighing heavy on his mind, even when he's with his girl, Keisha.
I gotta get EJ and T-Ball.
Ain't he a little young for that?
We look like kids.
But real talk, you don't even know where he at.
Yes, I do. He's with his mama.
And where's she at?
She probably with her mama.
You don't even know, do you?
I like that Keisha. She was strong. She didn't take no mess. Like, she's changed so much, but I liked young, strong, confident. She's still strong and confident, but it was just so much spicier back then.
Hey, hold up.
What I loved about the season 1 version of Tiffany is she's always been spicy. I like that spice too. I think just very much in her own world, doing what she want to do. And even though it may seem careless and irresponsible, it's like I am a young person. She is this young person, and she's making very bold decisions at a very young age. Because what would we cast it at, like 16, 17? So a 16, 17-year-old making these very bold, big decisions, whether they're good decisions or bad, there is still really, really big decisions that a young person is making. I think I like that about her,
Same for me. I love season 1 Keisha because she was about herself. And I think every woman should have a couple years moments in their life like that. Like, Keisha now is all for, what does this person need? What can I give this person? How can I help this person? How can I care for this person? But season 1 Keisha, she was doing her thing. People were calling her a Bob. I'm like, she's dating multiple people like you should be as a teenager, as a young woman. Like, so I like that. She's carefree.
As the season comes to a close, Kevin and Papa finish the school musical, and their relationship with Jake seems to be growing more distant as his interest runs to the streets.
What's up, fools? Jake.
Came to bust our balls.
They should have let you keep that shirt.
Look, man, you could always stay with me if you want to.
Now, why would I do that?
I don't know, maybe if you want to run away from your brother.
He's my blood, Kevin.
You just trying to be a good friend, man.
It's Rosewood.
All right, thanks. You want to hang him my line?
My life changed a lot that first year of shooting. I had to get used and adjust to new conditions that I wasn't used to. It affected everything around me, from life to people. I got that under control. It was really a smooth sail from there.
It kind of just woke a lot of people up, I would say. Also, it showed me that was what I wanted to do. like, oh, I want to do this. Like, I know a lot of my friends at school, like, they became more invested in what I was doing. Like, you know, we have our own stuff, but now they care. Like, what's Genesis up to? So in class, when we have free time, they would help me read my lines now, or like we'll practice scenes. We was doing The Chi at the school. Y'all don't know about that. This whole experience, that first year, I was like, I need to be doing this.
This show has been an opportunity for the legends and the newcomers and, you know, the young vets to come together and join, and it's
bridging the gap.
Bridging the gaps of just, you know, all types of talent. Yeah.
Glad it worked out.
Yeah.
So that's a wrap on celebrating season 1 of The Chi. Join us here next week for our rewatch of season 2, and subscribe to The Chi YouTube channel and Paramount Plus to keep the memories going.